We talk of good friends and bad friends every time, but one thing I've come to notice is that everyone, in their own eyes, is a good person. Nobody believes himself or herself to be a bad person. Stephen Covey once said, "We judge others by their behavior, but ourselves by our intentions." Check it out. The first time you come together as friends, you smile, laugh, and say, "Oh yes, I've got a good friend," but many times, over time, we start seeing bad traits in our friends, and if left to prolong, it might lead to terming the person a bad person. You see, closeness and familiarity exposes the faults in another. We are all imperfect, the same way you see faults and bad behaviors in a close friend. That same close friend might see in you, but if the good things they see in you outweigh the bad, the friendship thrives. Everyone has their fault and imperfections in the eyes of another. R.A. Salvatore once said, "Even to the wolf, the sheep is wicked." Someone might pass you by and perceive your perfume, another might pass by and smell your odor. It all depends on what you choose to focus on and what you do with what you see. Your perception of me is a reflection of you. My reaction to you is an awareness of me. There was a saying I heard some time ago: weak people notice other people's mistakes and laugh. Strong people notice those same mistakes and learn. Weak people talk about other people's problems to feel better. Strong people talk about problems to become better. Weak people gossip to build fake connections. Strong people show vulnerability to build real ones. Weak people envy those ahead of them. Strong people study them. No one is forever weak. No one is forever strong. If you see bad traits in your friend, tell him about it. If you can't tell him, then bear with him, as he may likely bear with you too. But if you can't bear with him, then leave him in peace, not in pieces. Life is already hard for people. Don't make it harder. Some people left home to feed home. We all have different backgrounds, but at times we forget our root. We forget where we came from. We lose focus and start seeing moral responsibility as a burden to be thrown away. Winston Churchill once said, "The price of greatness is responsibility." I don't blame anyone for saying otherwise. The world is really harsh, but still, we can choose to see it differently. We can choose to make life meaningful to live. Anais Nin said, "We don't see things as they are. We see them as we are." The eye sees only what the mind is prepared to comprehend. Two people can be looking at the same thing, yet seeing it differently. How then can we respond better to the call of responsibilities? Life will constantly throw situations at you. Some you control, most you don't, but the gap between what happens to you and how you react is where your true power lies. Viktor Frankl once said, "Between stimulus and response there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom." Let's be clear, there is a difference between reaction and response. Reaction is impulsive, driven by emotion, habit, ego. Response is intentional, driven by clarity, values, long-term goals. That small shift often decides success or regret. To change reactions into responses, pause before reacting. Even 3 seconds of breathing creates the space needed for a response. It's called the 3-breath rule. Anytime you feel triggered, annoyed, stressed, provoked, stop. Take 3 slow breaths before speaking or acting. It gives you back control. It makes you responsible and accountable for your actions. That is maturity. Socrates once said, "An unexamined life is not worth living." And Carl Jung reminds us, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. Sometimes, we walk through this world, searching for evidence that we don't belong, because of loneliness, abandonment, failures, and so we begin to believe we are destined to fail, that we are unworthy. But hear me, if you search for such evidence, you will always find it, whatever a man can conceive and believe, he will achieve. So choose to see differently, choose to see yourself, I urge you. Change the lens and change your life. Buddha said, happiness does not depend on what you have, but on what you think. That's why many people turn to alcohol, marijuana, cocaine, just to change the brain, to think differently, to feel happy. Of course, I don't urge you to take those things, but I use this as an analogy, because we are the sum total of what we think. We are shaped by our perspectives, so cleanse your mind, see things differently. We are all going to die someday, so why not give this chance of a lifetime your best push, even with your last breath. Mindset is all. Subscribe to this channel to keep getting powerful mindset hacks and life lessons for your daily motivation.